Yes, people. I haven't been live on this channel in a few days. I've been very tired. Not because of Man United, just in general, just mad tired. Yeah, so from Friday being out all the way into Saturday, just about had enough energy to do the Saturday stream. Sunday, I was absolutely fried. And even after the United game, I was fried. Like, I was just so tired. And then obviously Monday. But I've got a new schedule now. Got a new schedule. So if anyone wants to note this down, it's entirely up to you lot. Bar Fridays and of course the weekends, midweek, I will be live literally at 3:15 and also at night at 11 o'clock. So that's what it's going to be. And there should be a pre-records dropping here and there in the mornings. So that it's filling up the whole day basically in it. So I want to be more consistent again because I was doing all of that, regardless. But yeah, I think a lot of you are peed off, and I don't blame you guys because I'm in the same boat as you lot. I know that some might want to come in here and crash it. You know, Kobe in the nine. I spoke about that. It worked for 15 minutes, but ultimately unforgivable, and it's kind of confusing. And you know what? People want to crash on Amarim. I'm here all for. I'm all here for it, but it's just like I'm here for it. Crash on INEOS. I'm here for it. But people don't like the harsh truths about this club, and it's just like it goes over people's heads for what they want. Because we could be playing low block football, and we could be winning a few games, but ultimately you'll be talking about the football. So you can't win with this. I think there's mistakes regardless, but it's all what's fashionable. Right now, it's probably fashionable to crash it on Amrin. Right now, it's fashionable to crash it on Ineos and whatnot because we didn't get in a striker or whatever. But at the end of the day, what was your expectations, period? Even if we finish 8th, 10th, 15th, it's all the same crap. So whether you got a striker, you probably have to big up Ineos for this tell stuff. And I'm gonna talk about why it does not make sense to crash it on someone like Ineos right now in terms of the Matthias Tell deal. There's no point getting in a scrub for no reason. It's just not. I just don't see it. But look, I think it's just patience, isn't it? It's just patience. We still got a squad. I feel that's good enough to go win Europa. I think we're one of the better teams in there. It's a different kind of pressure to the Premier League at the moment. I think there's some unforgivable losses. And I don't need to keep talking to you lot about, this, that, and the other. I think you lot know what's what. And it's up to you how you want to feel, and it's up to you how you want to think. It's just when it comes to the point when United do end up signing a lot of players that are first option targets, and we do see a few wins, then you're gonna like Pratt because fans are fickle. A few wins and you forget about everything beyond that or before that. You know, there'll be the whole. Oh, you know what? Ineos were right, or you know what? I was wrong about this. But it's up to you. It's just again, I think you're within your own rights to cuss out what's gone on and it's and etc. etc. But we're in a bit of a predicament. Fair enough. Let me go through some of the comments. Regardless of all that, I hope all you guys are well. And that's important. And hopefully you lot have enjoyed your weekends. We've got a few bits of football coming up. We've got FA Cup weekend, not the greatest because it's not a Premier League game, but we've got a lot to look forward to in the following weeks and so forth and beyond that. So yeah, look, man. Hopefully you lot are doing well. It's Tuesday. I think is it Tuesday? Is Tuesday. I feel like this week's gonna fly by. Hopefully it does. Big up Dan in the building. Oh shit. Oh yeah. Before all of that as well, make sure you smash the like button. Likes are so important. I can't express enough how important likes really are for channels. They do get you more subscribers. Yes, if you want to hear the nitty gritty parts, yes, it does actually probably push you out further so you can earn a little bit more as well. So the more you earn, the more the content creators happier. And obviously the content being pushed out, there's more of an energy towards it and a buzz. And obviously going to find somebody new is always nice. Big up Georgie in the building. Remember, when I'm looking here, it's because I'm looking at my screen. If I'm looking here, that's my camera. Big up Feed. Oh man, like Khabib as well. Certified, big up yourself. Bowser, big up. Midoriya, run up the likes, big up yourselves. Golang, Legend, Ridwan, big up. I'm gonna read some of your. If you've got any questions, put in the questions as well. Mesh manager is making questionable decisions that Neos have been awful. I think it was going to be like this. Period. Anyways, someone said, fact, our fan base need to practice delayed gratification. You can't rush the rebuild process. Bandaloo, Ineos equals Glazers. They are the enemy of the club. Yes, with what money? If we don't win Europa, we'll have no money to spend. Yes, we do. Cass, United fans have been saying this for 10 plus years about signing good players. There's more to it, in my opinion, Simpson. So, or Jay, shall I call you Jay? Big up Z and Wills. Our strikers are crap. They scored a combined 5 Premier League goals. No wonder wanting to try something different. I really hope Ruben starts dropping these scrubs for academy players. Oh, and we'll talk about that. That will buy him grace. Play Cheeto, Collier, Heaven. Let the senior players know they ain't shit. I hear that part. But my whole thing is like, we're going to talk quickly right now, just a segment part. We're going to talk about this Christian Tell stuff. I think, is that his name? Christian Tell? No, Matthias Tell, sorry. Martinez is out for 6 months, which is, what a shame. What a shame, man. It's just, he was starting to do so well, you know, getting past the injury, you know, looking very progressive. And then all of a sudden, bang, out for 6 months. It's crazy. It's unfortunate. And obviously we'll talk about the youth a little bit and maybe an idea. I need to start putting out videos about how I feel as well at the same time about certain things. I think I can express a lot more. And I just want to get content out about United. Big up Chat Podcast as well. Cass, my loyalty to Man United is being tested. I love the club, but it's pushing me to the limit. This club keeps underperforming for years. How can we get better, Cass? Is it a poison challenge? Oh, you know what is he, man? I can't give any one of you an answer. I'm not here to gaslight whoever watches me, right? I'm not here to even just go crap on whatever else someone says as of now, for now, because I'll do it later. It's just more like time will tell. You know, when you're just hurt, right? Or let's say you've been depressed or you've had a mad breakup, time is your best friend. And I think that's the same case right now with Man United. Like, time will be your best friend and it won't last like this forever. Look, we've had good times with United. We should be grateful as well that we got to see so much. Hopefully, if you have throughout our lifetimes already, people couldn't dream of that. But obviously, we need better and we expect better. Standards are there. It's just a waiting game, man. It's a cycle of football. You know, United's had this period for years. You go off the 60s and then they were awful in the 70s. You know, trying to rebuild through the 80s. You know, they've been relegated. It's been back to being great in the 90s and, you know, a little bit of a challenge throughout the mid, obviously, 2000s. We obviously prevailed. And now we dropped off again. Football is just a cycle. We can't have it all the time. We're not Real Madrid or someone like that, or Bayern. Like, English football is just not a monopoly like how it is in other leagues. That's why everyone wants to come to these leagues, and that's why there's so much money involved and pumped into it. So we just want to be good at the end of the day. And whether it's for the best interest of United, football has moved in the next direction that no one ever has the fans' interests at heart. That's the reality. These lot are not our friends. They don't care about us. They just care about what aligns with their pockets. No matter who the owner is, they all want to earn a buck. That's just the way business is. But there's just some people are better at their business than others. So yeah, man, this is rock bottom. I agree. This is rock bottom. This is our banter era. And this is why I can't. That's just why I don't feel like anyone can crash it on Ruben Amorim. He's come in mid-season with a shit show of a squad, right? No training sessions, pretty much. Can't work on what he wants. Has to deal with little, like, whiny little girls like Rashford or whoever who's coming out saying, I want a new challenge already. And simple behaviors. You know, we all talk about like changing the culture, you know, at the club again, putting the standards right, making sure players are even fit as a fiddle. But no one thinks this can't happen within the next couple of years. It can't happen within a few months. It doesn't work like that. Do you not remember Ten Hag's first season? We all thought, yeah, the culture's changing because we're winning. Oh, we think the players are back on board because we're winning. But overall, it was crap. So how can we expect anything from someone who's only got 2 of his players in now? But, well, one of them's a mad youngster who's unproven a little bit. And then so is the other one, really. But it's a profile, right? That's the new buzzword of these days. You know, if you've got a system, you need a profile. You know, more than an individual talent, which is ridiculous in itself. But there's a talent and a profile in Dorgu. And maybe in this Heaven guy. And maybe Heaven's going to be the one that's going to replace Martinez. And we'll get onto that a little bit later. But let's talk about this Christian Tell deal, because I feel like I need to... No, sorry, Matthias Tell. Why do I keep calling him Christian Tell? I'm thinking of Teller. But anyways, Matthias Tell. This is why United and also Arsenal did not go in for him. And this is why we're not chumps. Sometimes you got to wait for your target, rather, because you're not winning nothing this year. Who cares? We're not getting top 4. Even if we got a striker, we're not getting none of them. Just let them drown. Anyways, look, This is what was said, I'm pretty sure. And this is from Christian Folk as well. Where is it? Ridwan actually tagged me in this. So in the end, all of this fee stuff and whatever, yeah, hear me out on this part. Is it Nathan Teller? It's not, oh, bro, I don't even know why I call him Christian. It just sounds better. It is Nathan. You're right on that. But Tottenham are paying 10 million euros for his fee. 10 million euros for a loan fee for someone that doesn't get minutes. Yeah. So this is what I mean about the PR spin and only putting out the negative parts to make, because it's fashionable right now to shit on INEOS and so forth. Call me pro INEOS bum licks or whatever. I'm just looking at the bigger picture. And before we get to see that picture, I'm not gonna judge it yet. You know, just let it happen. If anything, it doesn't matter who protests. It doesn't matter what happens. They're here to stay, mate. So whether you hate on them from afar or not, or what, call them like glazers out and all this stuff, just let that happen on the pitch and let it be heard and known. Just we're here for the long run. But anyways, bigger picture FC. I love that one. You know what, Benny? That's what we're gonna go with. This is our new one. Hashtag bigger picture FC. Yeah. Tottenham are paying a 10 million loan fee, and this is good for Tottenham. Fair play. Tottenham's paying his entire salary, which I believe is 80, 90 grand as well, which is weird. And also, they got a buy option for 50 million pounds. So imagine scenario. You're buying potential. So that's Tottenham's deal. They can do that deal. They got that. They need that, maybe, whatever. That's up to them. But how many times have they paid for someone and it's not worked out as well? Now, all of a sudden, with United, we've all got Garnacho still, so that's just potential on the left, which I don't think is going to work in the long term. But Matthias Tell comes in, potential again, but you're buying 50 million worth of potential and not someone that's going to come in that really fits that left 10 mold. You know, even though you say he might be a striker, he might have been adapted to the Prem. There's a lot of questions around that. And you already know about United already being tight on money in terms of they need to go get the correct players no matter what. This is why we wanted a dry loan. Did anyone, be honest with me, did anyone in here right now, when we got linked to Tell, was you over the moon? Was you over the moon? I think he's a young, great prospect. Yeah. But in an attacking position, if you're going to be a permanent transfer, you need to have experience right now with Manchester United squad because we got too much potential and too much going on there, which might not work out. And imagine we got lodged into a fee where you're paying 50 million, but in that 6 months, it's not even convinced the fans that he's good enough. See, there's too much. It's too much of a balance of like the scale of, sorry, not even a balance, but if we talk about the scale, I think there's going to be a lot more negative than there would be positive within the fan base. So no, I don't think actually Tell really fits what we want. I think he's just going to be a guy that can run in behind, that's got a decent shot on him and hope for the best because clearly, you know, Amrim doesn't like these strikers and he doesn't like our attacking options. That's just my take on it. I could be wrong, but anyone can vouch for me. And even when you've seen me do a few of these streams, I didn't even want the guy in the first place. Like I said, I don't mind it, but I'm not enthusiastic about it because it's more potential. I don't know if he even suits us. I don't even know why we even went in for him. I'll be honest. I think it was just an opportunity that was there because nothing else is available. Now, all of a sudden, right? I'd rather just go get a body from the academy. This is my whole thing with the whole youth, innit? It's just that if you're gonna go get an attacking body, yeah, don't pay 50 million when you've got all this attacking talent in the youth academy. You might as well go promote one of them. I like our academy. I think there's a lot of talent. I don't think they're all going to work out. Yeah, but I think I'd rather develop a youngster for the next 5 months, let him get some first team experience then because everything else is rubbish, and let him develop and then go into preseason and see what happens from there. That's what I'd rather do. I don't want to spend 50 million on that. I don't want to spend 50 million on that just for someone that might be there. I'd rather have one of our own. We got to stop buying talents for big money, like 50, 60 million, unless they're absolutely like a Euro that's already deemed generational and that's looking like he's going to be a masterpiece. I hear that. But Tell isn't a masterpiece. So you're telling me we're going to spend the exact same amount of money that you spent on Euro on Tell? Are you insane? That's just my way of doing it. Look at Collier coming through. I'm loving that. I'm hearing that Harry Amas might get a chance at United now. You know, he's come back from injuries and stuff like that. He's going to be about. So let's see what happens there. It might be an option. It might not be the greatest option, but Malas's just gone out, right? So we're going to need one of the youth players. So now when it comes to senior hierarchy, Malacia can't moan no more. that there's a youngster that's in front of him and can't disrupt the dressing room. I don't know how professional he is or unprofessional. I think Malacia looks like an able body, but there's a hierarchy. If you see a youngster taking your position, yeah, you got to work better, but you can cause a fuss if you're not playing. So that's just normal in literally in every stage. But again, I'd rather develop youngsters. I think United's got now, there's no excuse not to use the youth players. The youth players is what I wanted. We got told under Ten Hag that we develop youth and he's all about it. No, he's not. No, he's not. But anyways, I think we can criticize INEOS for maybe being overconfident to think that you can sell Rashford and get rid of Anthony and the rest of it and not really bring in bodies. But if you're not going to bring in bodies then and not do these loans, then I expect them lot to now give us United fans to be something excited about, which is, of course, the unknown. And the unknown are youngsters already in a squad. You know, you got this, we've hyped like, look, Kokonki's been around in the team, and I think he might get a game or two. I don't think he's going to get a lot of games because he is quite young. He's inexperienced. Fine. Mantanto, the wingback, he's been in our first team training for how long now? He hasn't been used as a wingback. I think it's time to maybe use him. But at the same time, we do need to win games, yeah? Let's get one thing straight. You can't just throw youth into an already crap situation because it doesn't do youth any favors. But I'm tired of watching these senior players. They're no good. I'm tired of watching Delo kick the ball back in our own area for a corner for the opposition team. I'd rather not watch that. You got so many good youngsters in there. I want to see someone get promoted. I know that we got Mazraoui that can play at the back, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be more time. It's going to be Mazraoui, it's going to be De Ligt, and it's going to be Maguire. That's going to be our Euro. That's going to be our back line. But I want to see this Aiden. Is his name Aiden? Aiden Heaven? You bought Aiden Heaven. You gave him number 26. I want to see him play now. Go develop him. Toby Collier hasn't put a foot wrong since he started any of these games under Amrim. I want to see a little bit more of Collier as well. No, he's already promoted. Let's see a bit more of that. Mantanto's a wing back. We are, or Amas, one or the other. Go use one of them because we're lacking on wing backs. We got no more Malacia, who he's used there. Luke Shaw is going to get injured again. Let's be real. He's going to get used, but he'll get injured again. Can't rely on that. Might even use that wing back. Just whatever. We're lacking. We just now Mazraoui is going to be used as a centre back. We got Dorgu in now and Delo, but who else is our wing backs? We got nothing else. We're down to bare bones. It's important that we stick to what we know as United, right? And use the youth. We're all about that. Attack, youth, promotion. We always have an academy player in our sides and in the England squads for many, many, many years, and that hasn't been broken. I think that might have been broken, nearly did it with England, but mine was in the squad, luckily. So, do you know what I mean? The Mantanto is he's a young baller. He's highly rated. You know, he's deemed as a wing back. So, and he's both footed as well. So there you go. Very much both footed. We're talking about, you know, again, things that are not praised for INEOS. I've done a video on it. You know, we're looking at that Kenda. They're talking about £34 million bids buy. One of them guys that are going to be used as more of the wing-back types as well. That looks like it's going to get done, right? And that's already been everywhere in the Portuguese media, yada, yada, yada. It's building slowly but surely because we got a lot of crap. We don't have enough physical players in our side. We don't have enough players that got natural confidence. But yeah, and also what I was going to say as well with this whole this whole thing is just lower your expectations for the season, and then you won't be hurt as much. Maybe I should decide, but I don't agree with using Chido. Let me ask you lot now. What do you lot think with Chido? Do you think throwing in a 16, 17-year-old already is the right thing to do? Would you just say, you know what, I've had enough of looking at Hoyle and that. Would you just throw in Chido? Because we can't have a bunch of 17, 18-year-olds running amok in our team. Football just never works like that. We have no choice but to go for the youth. Why not? I watched the under-18 against West Ham today. They played much better football than the first team. Is there any free agent we can sign? Any recently retired player we can bring back? That's crazy. A bad idea. A striker is already a graveyard shift. Exactly. Big up, Cass. Big up, Adam, man. I'm going to the Man United game on Friday night, mate. Are you going to the Leicester game? We'll probably end up winning that. Nope, needs more time in the youth for Cheeto. I think he might need a loan as well. That's what I'm looking at. I think he's too young. You know, men's football compared to academy football is a whole different ball game. And I think he's physically there, but there's still physically a lot more for him to grow into. Because what we do is, as a fan base, in all fan bases, by the way, there's a youngster, he scores a goal or two, looks decent, and we hype him up, and then before you know it, we shut him down. So yeah, he's not like he's not like a 16-year-old, like like Wayne Rooney when he was 18, Ronaldo or whatever. It's a whole different game. Them man are just different. They were just different. Many companies use loan to operate, invest in, finances their business. I don't understand by that. Chido is 17 and plays under 21. Let him develop. I think so too. Let's 1 year is younger, yeah, but they've been put in a situation where the guy's just mad talented. Do you know what I mean? You can see how talented 1 year he is. Even Lewis Skelly, I think even when he came through, he was remember when you're like I think it's a little bit different if you're a defender and also a midfielder that can play on the wing. You can kind of bypass that if they have a bad game. But when you're a striker or a goalkeeper, especially, I think in them two positions, or maybe even a DM, is a whole different. We'll talk about your spine. You have to be certified in these positions. That's just the way I look at it. We got 200 in the building. Please, we're on 56 likes. I said it earlier about 20 minutes ago, I think now. Likes are very important for the channel. They're very important for any video. Even if you're watching on the TV, you go on your remote. It's a quick fun button. Light it up, or make it lit. You know, or even your computers, your tablets, anything. Even if you've got a burner account, like up the video. It does wonders. I promise you. He can get a few minutes here and there in the first team this season. I agree. Oh, you know what I would like? You know what I would like for RJ? Yeah, is I would like if we had the FA Cup. We got the FA Cup, right? It would be nice if we had a nice draw. You know, someone that's going to play, let's say, I don't know, a Leyton Orient, which Man City have got, or a Plymouth Argyle that Liverpool's got, or whoever. Then I want to see a few of these guys. We need to see what they're about. But unfortunately, we're playing Leicester and Premier League sides, so we can't really get away with that one. And in Europa League, have we confirmed who we're getting in Europa League yet? It's going to be out of like Galatasaray, Elfsborg, one of them two, right? Or there's another two teams, maybe. I'm not too sure. So I wouldn't mind getting Liverpool again. I really wouldn't mind. Lewis Skelly and Wanyeri have been almost dead certs to be good enough for Arsenal's first team because their quality has been known for 4 to 5 years and they're way ahead of most players their age. I'm in agreement. Real Sociedad and Midtjylland. That's the two. We need to hope for Elfsborg or Midtjylland. No more trips to Spain. I wouldn't even, you know what? I'm not really afraid of Galatasaray. They concede a lot of chances. Osman's don't get me wrong, he's a beast, but I don't get the Galatasaray hype. I think they're good, but they're not all that. I don't think they're all that personally. I think regardless of the draw, you can only beat what's in front of you. And if you beat what's in front of you, you're going to win regardless. So you're going to have to face one of these teams eventually. Do you know what I mean? Even if it's early or not, you want the kind of draw to go win the trophy, but you just got to beat what's in front of you. If you're good enough, you just go and win. Playing Brighton twice, we have to smash them both. I see that. That was a weird one. I was like, how rigged does this look? They got Brighton away twice. And you know what the maddest thing is, Daniel? Yeah. What's the probability of you doing an Arsenal versus Palace? Beating them in the league away, but then again, you've got them in a cup away. What the? I'll be watching that game. And it's at a mad time, isn't it? It's at like 8 p.m. on a Saturday. Crazy. Cass, let's be honest, we're getting smoked by top teams in the Prem right now. But we're not, are we? Are we a kill? We didn't get smoked by Man City. You know, I think we didn't exactly get smacked by Tottenham in the cup game. We gave them goals. Look at the goals we conceded there. We didn't get smacked by them, if that makes sense. We didn't even got that back. We didn't get smacked by Arsenal in the cup, and we didn't even get smacked by them at their own gaff. You know? So I think like we do a lot better against teams that want to play against us. We don't exactly play low block, but we're better. Do you know what I mean? We actually have something going against them toe to toe. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know City get pumped by everyone, but there's something there when it comes to these so-called top sides. You know, we don't know what's going to happen against Chelsea. We ain't faced them yet. But do you know what I mean? Like there's a basis there. I think our options are with United right now is when it does come to Old Trafford, I don't think it's more of a confidence thing anymore. I think the players are confident. It's the quality. It's so easy to spot out the quality of these players when it comes to moments. I like to remind people of the Crystal Palace game. Be honest with me. In the first 45 minutes against Palace, how delighted was all of you lot when you was watching it if you're a United fan? Yeah. You had Yoro missing 3 headers. You had Kobe Mino hitting the post. You had Kobe Mino. There was one where he got blocked, which shouldn't got blocked. There was a Garnacho cross that no one even appealed to, which was free at the back post for a tap in, by the way. Bruno Fernandes, again, smacking into a player. What are you doing? Like it's a free goal. Second half, it could have went our way, the way we needed it to go. But of course, we lost to, remember, they had 3 shots on target the whole game and 2 of them were goals. One of them rebounded off the bar. And guess what? The one that rebounded off the bar was also counted as a shot. They did not have much against us. They just took their chances. The issue with United is we never take our chances. So when it comes to structure and football, I don't think it's not exactly abysmal. It's just that we lack, again, it always comes down to qualities and profiles. Look what Eze did when he came on the pitch. He ran through 3 of our players. What players are you going to put in there other than Collier that can keep up with someone like Eze? But this is why I keep screaming. We need to stop. I think Bruno Fernandes really, I don't think he had a bad game, but it really alters the way we play because he's not a midfielder. He's not a midfielder. You know, at this point, he's trying to it's like he's trying to, what's it called? You know, when you're trying to put someone in a place or something, like you're trying to shove them in, you know, like hound them in basically. I can't remember what it's called. Shoehorn. Is it shoehorn might be the word? Yeah, like shoehorn him into a position because he's the captain. But at the same time, it's like, I think now, if he's going to do this right, the way I feel like our best team set up now is because I've had enough of these wing backs. It's probably going to be Ahmad and Dorgu on the wings by default. Collier and Agate because they got the legs and they don't get ran past every 2 minutes. And then probably Minu in the left 10 and probably, or on the right 10 and Bruno Fernandes with Xerxes up front. I think that's our most attacking team that we've got available. Everything else that's off the bench is woeful. At least then you've got legs, you've got enough technical ability. Bruno Fernandes can spam whatever he needs to do off the right. And then obviously you got Ahmad and obviously this Dorgu who's meant to be quite one of the best take-on wingers under the age of 22 in the whole world. That's what I'm looking at. I need to see something that just makes sense. And who says that Dorgu even lands? But you can't be worse than Delo. It's impossible to be worse than Delo. If we are being honest, Bruno is our best player. Yes, he's frustrating, but he's the most creative and one. Yeah, that's what I hear it. I'm not against what you're saying there, because this is what I'm saying. I think Dorgu and Ahmad needs to be our wing backs because if they're going to be our outlets, we can't have Delo there no more. Delo's got a whole bench. He really does. You know what's crazy? We're likely to beat Arsenal at home and then Ipswich. Yeah, maybe. I could go to both of those games, to be fair, but I don't fancy it. Not right now. I just don't want to watch that crap. I think United beat Leicester. I think we end up beating Tottenham as well at their gaff. I don't care what they've got back. Somehow it tells me if they want to play higher up the pitch, it just suits us a little bit more. So yeah, man. Smash these like. What likes are we on? We are on 71 likes with 205 in the house. Also subscribe as well. I don't know. I don't think Brute creatively he might be, but our best player for me is Ahmad, isn't it? Like, I think Ahmad's just our best player, and that says everything. He should not be our best player, but I think he is our best player. If he's not on the pitch, it's quite noticeable, more than a Bruno. That's that. But yeah, look, I think a lot what we're gonna have to expect, yeah, is I think with us a lot, with United, I'm just gonna have to be honest. We're gonna have to expect more losses. It's just the way it is, isn't it? At the moment. Yeah, big up Jacob. Happy birthday to you. Big 10th. Big number 10. That's actually a big number. We call it the golden age. Especially within football, it's the golden age, 10. This is when kids start taking an actual more time than less. They actually take a crazy liking towards something like football, for instance, and they start learning. So within coaching, they call it the golden age. But big up Jacob, man. Portuguese bias is unreal when Bruno and Delo getting dropped. Again, it's a new narrative that's being pushed because they're Portuguese, but who else do you play? Do you know what I mean? I hear it though. But it's an easy one to like obviously put the puzzle together and say, you know what, Amram's going to favor Delo, is going to favor so and so. It's such an easy like link up. But at the end of the day, Delo's always fit. Unlike Martinez, who's now out for like 6 months, is crazy. Yeah, everyone say happy birthday to Jacob, man. We need a lot, man. We need a lot. There's not much truths that I can really vouch to you lot, like, or preach, I say, not vouch. Just gonna have to wait and see, innit? There's not much going on even on the timeline. I think there's gonna be a lot of PR spins. Expect a lot of like negativity. Look, just look at it like this. There's gonna be a lot of negativity towards United, right? A lot of it in the next few days or so. Amram gets some training sessions under his belt. People can understand their roles a little bit more. Probably see Dorgu, and you probably see a massive difference of where it is down the left hand side or the right. But again, you just got to remind yourself what's leaving this summer. Casemiro is going to be gone this summer. I think that's evident. Rashford's gone. People never thought that was going to happen. Anthony's gone. They never thought that was going to happen. He's going to return, but he's going to get suitors, right? I think they both end up doing good. You know, you got to look at other ones. Ericsson's leaving. Lindelof's leaving. So we're already saying about, what, 6 players already. You know, Evans is leaving, unfortunately. That's a cult hero right there. And he's going to be obviously embedded because he's actually one of the good ones. You know, Martinez is out now, unfortunately. So that's one option less. He'll be back for pre-season. You know, we've got to think about all these players. Malassi is gone. You know, Luke Shaw, we'll see what happens there. Probably can't get rid of him because of his injury record. There's a lot of these players that we look at that we don't like. One of the strikers is going to they're probably going to go on loan. I think it'll probably be Hoyland, but one of them is going to be gone. So a lot of players are going to be on the out. There we are. But anyways, people, make sure you smash the likes. Is there anyone that's live at the moment? Who's live? Who's live? Who's live? A gal's live. Let's go raid a gal, man. Yeah, let's go raid a gal. But in a bit, we'll see, man. One thing I know with you don't support Manchester United. You're a troll. And I know that as a fact, by the way, now. For everything that you say, yeah, you are not a United fan. I promise you that. In a bit.